Good afternoon. It is January the 16th, 2019, and welcome to switch the scenes here. Welcome to the Bull Market Watch, brought to you by intro-to-cryptos.ca. In this live stream, we're going to go through 50 different cryptocurrencies and grade them if they are nearly a buy, if there's something we should be buying, if they are some time to get out of it, or if we should be selling these cryptocurrencies. And overall, by doing an average and putting them onto a chart like this, we aim to be able to tell when the bull market really is here, or when we should be selling out of all of our coins and going to fiat currency and wait for cryptocurrencies to actually start their journey upwards. So I'm going to put a link in the chat here in YouTube for our Discord. No, first of all, here's a chat link to the spreadsheet that I'm working with right now. This way you can open up the spreadsheet, you can keep working with it. You can look at, here's our homepage where you can go and download the free chapter for the simple trading plan. So when we're evaluating all of these cryptocurrencies, we're using the same plan across all of them. And then we can take an average to see whether or not this is a buy signal out of a bottom formation or not. So there's the link to the spreadsheet. You can go over there. There's a couple tabs here that are interesting. We've got a whole bunch of tools for cryptocurrency traders. Really fantastic resources there. We have the 2018 bull market watch from September all the way through October and November. And we can see the color change in this. And we want to evaluate now from the 2019 and go through everything to evaluate it and make sure we know what the markets are doing. So right now, looking at the 30-minute bars for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Stellar, and Litecoin, everything is on an edge. We can see here in this chart that Bitcoin has this same pattern here where it broke down strongly from a similar angle of pattern. So that's kind of worrying. When we look at Ethereum, we can see that it has virtually the same rhythm of the pattern, if you would, where the trend lines are the same angles at the same time, a different order of magnitude as Ethereum has really risen up versus Bitcoin over the last short period of time. And if we look at Litecoin, it's got a very similar pattern as well. Not quite the same structure to it. But with all four of these markets really standing together on this little bit of an incline here, let's go out to the 1 hour view. It's an important time in the market because right now we're in a phase where these should be breaking out higher out of a bottom formation now. If I zoom out to the 4 hour bars, we can see how Bitcoin has come down to a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. If it breaks higher than this, that's very good. And we can see Stellar has come down to like a double bottom with a triangle consolidation. Litecoin already came down and made a 1, 2, 3 bottom on the smallest scale and a larger 1, 2, 3 bottom, and it's now retesting on top of that level, much as Ethereum broke out of its formation and it's now retesting these levels. Retesting important support and resistance levels. So these are key levels right now. Should these markets break down from here, it could be a whole new wave down, a whole new stage down, and we're just not done the bear market yet. So it's a really key time right now to be going through this spreadsheet and to collect the data so that we can really see. Hey, GBU Professor Wally, good to see you. Glad to see this came back. Yes. Thank you. Yes, indeed. This one I had planned to do yesterday, but I updated my graphics card driver, and then I had to spend hours trying to get all my monitors working again. Finally, I'm back up and going. I'm flowing again here. So, the core of this show is to focus on that same pattern over and over again and to use our simple trading plan. The simple trading plan you can go to the website introdocryptos.ca and you can get a free chapter from my book by the same name. And it explains the main core of what we're going through here in all of these charts. And so I'll repeat it in brief as I do each show. We're looking for markets that are ending a downtrend, because in cryptos, you like buy low, sell high is how you make money. There's not as many markets where you can go short and sell high and buy low. So we're really looking for that buy low, sell high. Here at the end of the downtrend, we're looking things to break the downtrend line, which Ardor is just doing. We're looking for a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, which is part of the head and shoulders formation or part of the Elliott wave theory. It's called a retest of a recent higher low. It's such an old trading pattern that it comes by many names. And so we're looking for this 1, 2, 3, and then we're also looking for the exponential moving averages to cross over. And you can experiment with different time frames for different exponential moving averages. I have mine set at 20 and 60. And so when all of those three things line up, we have a trading signal. Right now we have 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, 2, 3, sort of in the middle, not really breaking higher yet, not really breaking lower. So this I class as a neutral market. Nothing to do in here but just wait for it to decide and give us a direction which way it might be going. And so all of our markets that are neutral are just left blank. Let me change the spot there. There we go. So as I'm going through this period, hey, Mr. Babs, good to have you here. I always like to know, where are you guys from? If you are here at, it is 2:45 in the afternoon Central Time, what time in the world is it for you? And what gives you the time in the middle of the afternoon to be watching? Basic attention token was a near fail yesterday because it's coming down to nearly failing from these price levels and coming down significantly from here. And it's not giving a turnaround strong enough yet to remove it from that category, so it stays in the near fail category. And at the end, we'll do a count up of all these different colors, and that'll give us an update of our graph to give us the bull and bear index that's I don't see anywhere else. 145 in Alberta. God's country in Alberta. It's beautiful. BCH ABC. It's making a consolidation, but it's not turning around enough to give us a signal, not an alert or anything. Same with this one. It's sort of in the middle. Nothing great. Just floating along. Nothing. BCN. You know, it is making a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. It's at pretty low prices. Putting $5 into this could turn into 50, and you just never know. You turn your $5 into 10 in no time. But it could languish here for a very long time too. This is another danger of this market, is that in the past it has laid flat for a long time. There's just no interest in it, and it had 3 big waves, and down it goes again. So if it has a big wave like that, it's not. It's okay to put in a few bucks and layer those sell orders out and just forget it. One strategy. Banker network token doesn't have very much history here, but if we consider this a 1, 2, 3, we would have to wait for it to break higher to give us a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation that we could actually trade. So BCN we said was an alert last. No, it was neutral. Bitcoin is also neutral. How did I skip that? Banker network token. I have them out of order, that's why. There. Oops. Wrong place to do it. I use this as a reference. So anyway, we'll get to that. BTC on this day. Let me color this so that my eye catches it. That'll color everything. That's no good. Sorry. So, nothing going on here. We can still watch it for a while. Bitfinex. BTC. Zoom into the 3-day view. So this break of that level is not very good. Makes me want to quickly go back to this view on the 5-minute bar, 5-minute bar, 5-minute bar, 5-minute bar. So I can keep an eye on where all 4 of these are at a quick glance. So Bitcoin, if we go under the 12-hour bars, we're looking for a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation where the moving averages have crossed over, and it almost gave us that. So the next time it comes up to that kind of formation, anytime in the next while as it's fighting its way through here, we'll get that trading signal that we haven't had a trading signal in Bitcoin for the whole time we've been monitoring it. So it's not an alert, that's for sure. It's just neutral. How about BitShares? Let's go back over to Poloniex, pull up BitShares. So BitShares is in a bottom formation. It's kind of strengthening up here, but it has to give us more power before we can put anything in behind BitShares and say that it's an alert. But same thing with Burst. It has to finish this 1, 2, 3 bottom and then start coming up for us to give us an alert on that. Clamcoin is a different story, though. We've been watching this line straighten out and stay there, and prices keep bouncing off it. So if Bitcoin shows strength, this probably will burst out. If not, if it breaks down below this, then it's a sell. And yeah, it makes me want to put either an alert or a sell in there. So both of these are appropriate to have the sell order or the alert order in that. And Burst was almost a sell. Now we're on to Civiccoin. Civiccoin's made some new lows and given a little bit of strength, but it's still on downward, like lower lows here. It hasn't created a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation yet. The moving averages haven't come close to crossing over. It hasn't really broken this downtrend, but when it does, it's going to be good. That'll be a nice clear trend to break. That's the thing, is that descending wedge triangle, when it breaks that, that's going to make a nice clear formation one way or the other. And it's down to 1400 Satoshi. This is since inception lows. So I'll take it off of the near fail list. I'll take it away from the orange and leave it blank, just neutral. Just because it's given us a few ticks up from that bottom. Dash. Still neutral. It's got a ways to go before it gives us a signal either way. Decreed. Also neutral. Needs to give us some more power. Digibyte. Neutral. And I think this was the first coin. Last time when I did this a day and a half ago, I don't want to get too far behind on these. This was just sticking down here, and I said it was like an appendage that needed to be removed surgically. And we're watching it grow for now, and hopefully that turns into a different triangle that I can change this position. But nothing going on there, nothing yet. Doge, remember that we've got this massive, huge sled pattern going on over the years. This is really big, and so you definitely want to have, in my opinion, you want to have some Doge stored away, tight-fisted, and don't be getting out of it when it starts to do a reaction. It's going to do a couple stages up on this next run and really surprise everybody. Who would expect Dogecoin? But expect it. 3 months view. We had a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. We bought onto this and we're holding it sideways but there's no buy signal till it gets higher or lower than this. So all the way along, correct me if I'm wrong, there was no signal, not yet, but I would say buy it. No signal officially yet. Ethereum Classic now. So it's in between, no signal right now. Ethereum Classic. No, still needs some work. And it was at a near fail here, but any little tick of green on this 12-hour bar is good. So if I go to the 1 week view, we can see that it's a little bit up from there. Same timing as Bitcoin, so we'll take it away from the near fail category right now. No, I'll leave it as near fail. That's just too close. It's got to give a little bit more strength than that. And if you think I'm should give it a specific thing, put it in the chat. You think that should be a fail, a near fail? If you think that's a buy, if you think it's a exit that market, you know the criteria now. As we're going through this stuff, you should know the criteria. If you've been watching along, you know that we're looking for the break of a downtrend line, the bottom formation. This was a bit different because we did it on a different time frame. We trade more than one type of signal, but here we're talking about the 1, 2, 3 bottom, and here it is. It's kind of a rounded bottom, moving average crossover. Great buy signal. Consolidating. We have a new subscriber, Lisa. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I wonder why the sound of that played over on my monitor and not in my headphones. Expanse is a dead coin. More volume. Grod loves cryptos. Let me see if this is better. I can just turn up the mic that way if that works. I just turned up the gain. I had the gain turned down so that the noise in the background doesn't come through. Anyway, Factum, the day before when we did this, let me know if the sound is better. Factum was in a formation like this, looking like it was, like, really, I was wanting to see that it's giving me a 1, 2, 3 bottom for a trend continuation. But really, look at the lower lows all the way along, just a hair lower, G-Rod. All right on. Good. And so even though I was looking for the trend continuation in the bottom formation here, it just went on its merry way downward. And so Factum is a longer time now before this creates a formation that can be a trend continuation. So this is a fantastic, huge run up and then all the way back down. Remember, today is the last day to get your 3 weeks intensive course $100 off, and you can use the coupon code GBU for extra help at checkout. That's right. You know what? I should be doing two things. First of all, the risk disclaimer to say that there is considerable risk in Bitcoin and altcoin trading. None of this is trading advice. This is all just education. New super chat. Thank you so much, Professor Wally. That is phenomenal. I appreciate that. So here's a hypothetical results disclaimer, because these are hypothetical trades that we're looking at right now. They're not actual trades. And when we're focusing on financial matters, I really do try to accurately represent the strategies that I do, and I think they'll improve everything that you're doing as well. That's why I share it, but there is no guarantees. So that's the first chore done. That's just sort of a requirement. Now the second thing I like doing even better is the appreciation, to say thank you for the people who are following the channel, people who subscribe. You are awesome, and I appreciate having you here. Keeps me going, keeps me regular at it. Thank you especially to Professor Wally, who always contributes to become the stream boss, and he's just handled that stream boss for the longest time while I've been doing these live streams. That is fantastic. That's awesome. And then the third thing, there is a 24-hour late sale right now. Last week we had registration for the cryptocurrency trading course that I've been running since 2015 over and over again. And this is finally putting together a time to have the course again because the markets are lined up so perfectly. So last week was registration and it closed on Saturday. And then I started getting direct messages and emails from people saying, I missed the deadline. Can I still get into the course? I missed the deadline. Can I still get into the course? And so today we're having a 24-hour, one-day sale for people who wanted to sign up but didn't get a chance to. So you can save $100. And as Professor Wally says, if you use the coupon code GBU when you're checking out, you will save an additional 20% off the type price of the course. And what have people been saying about the course recently? Well, Jimmy says, I started the course. I'm glad I found your course. This is where I've been searching for a long time. I'm very satisfied with the course. I want to thank you for the opportunity you offer. I'm going to start, and thank you. Today I'm reading the book Reminiscences of a Stock Operator. Fallon says, your website is working perfect and navigation's easy to use. Absolutely cool and amazing. Thank you for your wealthy course and the opportunity to learn from you. Klaus says, the course, the website, your content, and how you manage all the things is awesome. I thought it would be a good decision to choose the course, but I had no idea how brilliant it was. And I'm humbled to have these kind of comments, because what the course is basically is my written trading plan that I've been using and did so well with over the last few years in cryptocurrencies. I went from nothing in 2015 to over $500,000 at the beginning of 2018. Huge, insane. And of course it was lucky. I was right at the right place at the right time, but I had practiced for this for many, many years, looking for these patterns and getting used to how long they take to actually unfold. So right now is time to have a plan, because right now, in January 2019, we're looking at it to see, is this when the bull market starts? And if it is, we got to have a plan. It's time to have a plan, because I think there are going to be much greater order of magnitude of opportunity than we've seen before. The institutional guys are watching, and they are going to be getting in. And so this very system has been used right now. We're using it with the live alerts. And these are some of the best trades that it's captured over the last month or thereabouts. Some really nice profits. And so you may wonder what's involved in the course, and then we'll finish the scan of all of these markets. It's a 3-week intensive because the markets are so prime right now. The first week is all how to get ready for trading, all of the things you need to know and think about when you are trading, to get ready for the dangers of trading. And I hope this really helps people who take the course. Then week 2, we go over all of the tools that I use for looking at the charts, and some of them you see in these live streams. Week 3, we put the whole plan together, and this is something you really miss out on the live stream, is the whole plan of how it all puts together. You keep seeing just this one sliver of what's going on today. You got to watch for a long time to get the whole plan, but eventually you will. And you also get my commitment to your success. If you're ready to dive into and work on your own training, I've got a copy of my book for you. We've got a lifetime private Discord channel area where you can ask all the questions you want. We've got some important bonus on how to lose all your trades, all your cryptos in just 10 trades, and what you can avoid, what you can do to avoid this tragic end. It's a really important lesson about how to trade incorrectly and how to correct the mistakes. And bonus number 4, you get 3 months of our alerts as a complimentary subscription. That way you are getting all of the help day by day by day for everything to do with this trading plan. Nothing is left so that you're on your own. You really get all sorts of help. So there's lots of bonuses that are going on here today. Some savings that you can get from the $100 off. Extra savings you can get from using a coupon code from the community. You can pay in crypto or you can pay in PayPal. End of commercial break. So be sure to look for a link to the description, a link to the spreadsheet in the description down below, and there's a link to our Discord channel down below as well. If you haven't already and you're watching still, be sure to subscribe or hit the thumbs up button if this is interesting to you and you want to see this continue. The only fee for today is hitting that like button. Even if you're watching the replay, hit that like button. And let's go back to the big 4 and see what's going on, because it's right on the edge. If this drops below these levels and these start to, one of them starts to really crash, it's doomsday. It's really, Bitcoin gets to the edge so often, but sometimes it's more of the edge than others. Foam is a new market, and I don't have any data on it. It's been just, when we look at it, just down, 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 down. Nothing to look at there yet. We'll let it mature. And it's hard to look at a new market on the 12-hour bars to see if they're making an accumulation pattern like this. So game is looking pretty good. You can see our entry pattern here. I would say this is an alert. I'm going to put that as an alert, and I did last time too. So we had Factum as a near fail earlier. It pulled itself up from a near fail, and now it is a fail. I got to write that in there. Game is an alert. F was in the middle, it's floating along. Gas Whoops, clicked the wrong screen, but always good to take a look. Gas. 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. It's broken the downtrend line. There's the moving average is crossing, so it's really close. But it's not an alert yet. It has to give us a little bit more pressure to the upside to jump up to alert status, so it stays neutral. GNT was a near fail, and then we had Hunter coin after that. So let's go look at GNT. Okay, it is pretty much a near fail here as well. Let's clear off this stuff. But it's given an uptick. So I'm going to take it off the near fail list hesitantly. But I will. Hunter coin. Good to see we have a few people on. If you haven't already, hit the thumbs up button or let me know where in the world are you from. We have Mr. Babs from Alberta. I'm from Winnipeg, Canada. And we're looking at Hunter coin that's down low levels, giving us some heartbeat there, but nothing that I could say is an alert. Any little bit lower and I'd call it a near fail, but right now I'll leave it as neutral. Kyber network token. That's a near fail. And so it was last time, exactly that. Near fail. Library credits was neutral, then Loom, and all of these went, okay, they were, let's go, library credits. Look, I'm going to put that as a near fail. Loom, that's not a near fail now. In fact, I'm going to give that an alert. So Loom is picked up. And I like to see that trend change in colors, where it's gone, you know, from one color to another color to another color. This one, however, has gone to a more negative color, and that affects our chart. That affects our count of how bullish the overall market is when any one of them goes down. I'm going to leave this still as a near fail. It's so close. I just don't like it. It shouldn't be down there. Litecoin was a near fail, then it pulled up, and now let's see where it is. And I was saying a near fail just because it was like, if it was a near fail, I'm going to leave it as a near fail. Because if it goes down from here, that's bad. And it's very near to going down from there and breaking that trend line. And so it's not a sell, but it's a near fail. So that's like an alert to the sell side. There's all these near fails. The alerts are letting us know that there's a buy signal potentially coming up soon. But the near fails, those are like near sells, is another way to say it. MadeSafe coin. 3 lower lows and then a little bump up, so it's got some maturing to do before it can be doing anything. It wasn't a near fail, it's not a near fail now. And then we'll go on to Mana, which just made a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation on the 1 hour bars and has broken higher than that. So it's not what we're looking for in the simple trading plan. It's given us what I would call the number 1 point at historical levels, so that's okay. But now we need it to build the number 2, the number 3, and then give us that moving average crossover. So sometimes the simple trading plan doesn't get in at the earliest possible opportunities, and it misses out on some trades, but it does so for the aim towards safety. So MadeSafe coin was neutral, Mana coin was neutral and not a near fail anymore. Now we're up to NAV and then Namecoin. And I'm interested to see what's going on with NAV and Namecoin. NAV is building up. This is looking great. It's looking fantastic, but it's not yet something that the simple trading plan would take as a signal, because we've got a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation here. And we're waiting for quite a while for this to come up and really change directions from where it is down here. We don't want to get caught in another fake out breakout that this is famous for doing. So the simple trading plan is trying to avoid those. Even though there may be opportunity, we're going to, again, opt for safety instead of opportunity sometimes. And now Namecoin, we got into this trade early. It came up and it stopped us out, and then it's making such a formation that there's no getting into it until it breaks higher than where it is. And then that would actually be another different style of buy signal. So 3-month view. Really did a great move up and some huge selling, and it's resisted that. I thought it would be crashing down for sure, at least to make a bigger 1, 2, 3 bottom. So there's nothing to do with the name coin in this. It's like it just stays out of until it becomes a near fail or a sell. It just floats along. There's no trade to make in it. It's not made a formation I can act on. NXT, well, it's giving us a bottom here. Lots more work to do to give us the moving average crossover on the 1, 2, 3 bottom. OMG, here's a trade where we had a 14% loss, trading really close to the market with a what you would call a dead stop loss. So we're not using rule number 1 that we teach for risk control normally. And it still looks like it's going down. We've got lower lows. It's not looking good. So I'm going to mark it as a near fail. What did we have it before? OMG was, then it wasn't, and I'm going to put it back on as a near fail. NXT has pulled up from near failness. Omni. Oh, look at that. I'm going to have to mark that as a near fail as well. And it wasn't. It was neutral for most of the time. Now, Pascal was actually a fail. It was actually turned from a near fail into a sell signal. And sure enough, good on us to have that as a sell signal. Good on us, but bad on the market overall to have anything breaking key levels and going down. Whoops. Poly, we don't have enough data for. What are we on next? PPC. Then Quantum. Then Rep. PPC sort of floating in the middle. Quantum was looking really good. We had a buy signal here and it stopped us in. We're bought into it. Now we're holding on to it. But should Bitcoin break, I expect that this will be breaking quite a bit lower from this levels as well. I'm watching for when Bitcoin breaks, do all of these cryptocurrencies also break these key support levels that they're all making right now? I anticipate that they will. And if they do, and we're seeing all these oranges turn red, I'm going to put that as a near fail actually. Not in that... Yeah, I'm going to put it as a near fail. We can track that tomorrow or the day after when we do this again. So rep was an alert and it turned into a buy. So here it is into a nice buy signal, and it remains a buy. It remains something that we would keep in our portfolio according to these plans. SBD I only look at just for fun. And it's going higher while Bitcoin is sitting. So it went higher when Bitcoin was going down. It went down when Bitcoin was going down. It went up when Bitcoin was going up. And then it went up when Bitcoin's going down. So I don't know what it means. Siacoin, sadly, is fading off to lower lows here. So I'm going to have to, whatever I put there last time. Siacoin, is that actually a sell signal to get out of there? I'd have to say it is. It's just hypothetical, but let's say it is. SMT was green for a couple days and then not green. So it was green for a couple days, then not green, and then green for a couple days. So here's an example of where you need to know where your stop losses are. When do you get in and out of a trade? And so one of the ways to do it is to put your stop below technical levels and then let the market prove you wrong. So as soon as you get into a trade that you put your stop loss on, and then you go away and do other things and leave it to see if the market ends up proving you wrong. The other way is when you get into a trade and it doesn't prove you correct, you get out and you reevaluate. So this market would be something that I would have gotten out of on this pullback, and then I would be not in it right now for my own trading. I would have to wait now, and it's hard because it's such a short period of time and we have a terrible candle there. But I would have to wait now for it to break above this larger 1, 2, 3 bottom formation and go higher. So I will. I'll just stay with that. Steam actually broke above a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. Well, it is inside a 1, 2, 3 bottom. So this is now an alert. Storage, then STR. Storage is making a great little bottom formation, not quite breaking out high enough yet to be an alert, but really close. STR also making a bottom formation and consolidation there, but not enough yet to call it an alert, and actually that's a near fail. So at least storage is up from a near fail, and STR was a near fail, then it wasn't, and now I'll call it a near fail again, so it's still tottering on the edge. Strat was a near fail and then just absolutely blasted off, and it did not give us any kind of formation that we could trade. There's a tiny little 1, 2, 3 bottom right there, but there's no formation that we could trade with the simple trading plan. That kind of stuff just gets away. So it will remain neutral. Syscoin was a sell the other day. Syscoin, it was a sell, and it's pulled back up so that it's not a sell now. I would call it a near fail. Near fail. Few more to do, and we'll have our chart to fill out. Viacoin. Oh, it's building up. It's building up, but I'm going to put it as an alert. As an alert. VTC, I'm not expecting it. But soon, we've got this downtrend. We've got a 1, 2, 3 bottom, and it's holding at that number 3 point. So we've got some pretty clear places where that signal will give us notice. Counterparty. A 1, 2, 3 bottom formation now shaping up in the longer term. It's not something I'm really believing is going to be rocking the world in cryptos, older technology and all, but XEM coming down to this really great parallel trend line, making a 1, 2, 3 bottom. We have some pre-pump candles going on here. If I zoom into the 1 month view and the 1 week view, we can see this bottom formation more clearly, and it's looking like it's building up to something great. If Bitcoin takes off, this is going to go through the moon as well. But it's a great anticipation formation there. Now, for the simple trading plan, we have to wait a little bit. The moving averages have to cross over. We have to wait for this bottom formation to make a bigger move. So sometimes this simple trading plan misses some moves. 1, 2, 3 bottom formation here, but neutral for XMR. If I go out to a longer term view, it almost feels like XMR is in a position that is testing stages of a downtrend already. So we'll see what goes on with this one over time. It's an interesting one and I don't know. I'm going to put this one to a near fail for XPM. And it wasn't last time. XMR was a near fail and I didn't see it this time. Didn't jump out to me. XMR back to this one. 3 months. No, yeah, that's why it doesn't jump out as a near fails, because it's got these ticks upwards at the end. Ripple. Coming out of this downward trend, it's right on the edge, this one, and it's a big edge too. Should it drop down from here, it's going to be a significant recovery down to the 69 and 100 level. So it's really key spot to see what's going on with Ripple. Nice to see that it's staying flat and it's coming out of this downward parallel trend line. Very key times though. This is why I'm doing this sheet. So I'm going to put that as a near fail for Ripple. So it was a near fail, then it pulled up from a near fail. Now it's a near fail again. Zcash, near fail still. And this one is up from a near fail. So we have a near fail here and not a near fail for ZRX. So I'm going to copy and paste these into place and we'll get the count. I should have a total at the end to be sure. Then go back to the cover and we can see the progression of the numbers here. We can see the change, and the biggest dark green one is the neutral coins right now. And I'll get these colors fixed so that they match and we can tell right away, are we coming closer to sells or are we coming closer to buys? So that's it for this live stream. Goes through this over and over again. I appreciate having you guys here. A small group of people, but dedicated. And I'm just sort of running these live streams when I can through the day. So hopefully it fits your schedule. And if not, then the replays are there. So I'll sign off for now and give you guys, send good vibes out to everybody. Health and wellness and wealth to you all as well. Bye for now.